The film begins over a decade after the events of the first film, with Jake Sully narrating his modest and peaceful life as chief of the Omaticaya clan and raising a family with his wife Neytiri, which includes his sons Netayam and Loke and his daughter Tuk, his adopted daughter Kiri, born from Grace Augustine's comatose Na'vi avatar, and a human boy named Spider, the son of Miles Quaritch, who was born on while Jake accepts Spider as an adopted son. Neytiri is wary of him due to his human origins. However, all of the children interact and socialize well among one another, including Spider, whom Kiri adores despite the fact that he is a human. Spider is not grateful of his human heritage and prefers Na'vi culture and traditions. They live a normal life until one night when they notice an unusual star in the night sky. Much to their dismay, they discover it's an RDA spaceship with humans returning to Pandora to colonize it, erecting a new main operating base and causing chaos on Pandora. Colonel Quaritch is among the new arrivals on the ship, possessing been cloned into an Na'vi body and possessing his memories uploaded from before his death. As a result, Quaritch is unable to recall his death at the hands of Jake and can only recall past events in his vengeful mission to eliminate Jake. Jake leads a strategic guerrilla operation against the RDA supply lines, weakening them in order to avoid the RDA from exploiting Pandora again. Loke, who disobeys Netayam and is eager to prove himself as an Na'vi warrior, makes an attempt to assist Jake in battle but is wounded. Jake will save him and teaches him not to be reckless with his own safety. That night, while tending to Jake's wounds, Neytiri calmly reminds him not to be too harsh on Loke, to which Jake expresses his concern as a father for his children's safety. Meanwhile, the retaliatory strike on the RDA supply lines irks Quaritch, who initiates a search for Jake. Jake's children, along with Spider, go on a fun journey deeper into the rainforest. Quaritch and his team, unbeknownst to them, are in the area exploring the site where Quaritch discovers his human remains. Loke notices their presence and directly informs Jake. Quaritch's squad captures Jake's children after a skirmish. Jake and Neytiri arrive just in time to rescue the majority of them, but Spider is abducted by Quaritch, who recognizes him as his son. The RDA tries to coerce information about Jake from Spider, who refuses. Quaritch turns tactics, mentioning Spider as his son and clarifying more about the Na'vi in exchange for his freedom on his side. Notwithstanding being uncooperative and unaware of Quaritch's true mission, Spider teaches him about Na'vi culture. Quaritch is also able to successfully tame an Icon flying creature as a vehicle. Knowing the danger Spider's knowledge of his whereabouts poses to their safety, and also in order to avoid another disaster, Jake convinces a reluctant Neytiri and his family to flee the Omaticaya clan and relocate to Meet Kaina, a coral reef island whose clan and lifestyle are adapted to Pandora's aquatic habitat. Jake hands over the chieftainship to his successor and travels to meet Kaina with his family. When they arrive, they are greeted by clan chief Tanawari and his wife Ronal, who are initially skeptical of them. Jake, on the other hand, explains their situation, and they are agreed to stay and given shelter. Despite the reality that some tribesmen insult Jake and his children because of their genetic human heritage, the family learns the ways of the reef people, earning their respect. Kiri is captivated by Meet Kaina's aquatic life and forms a spiritual bond with the sea and its creatures, while Loke befriends Tsireya, the daughter of clan chief Tanawari and his wife Ronal. Loke gets into a fight with Tsireya's brother Aonung while making adjustments to their new place when he makes a crude joke about Kiri and him having mixed human origins. Jake chastises his son for his actions. Loke returns at Jake's request to apologize to Aonung and his friends. They entice him into the territory of a dangerous sea predator, the Akula, and abandon him there in retaliation. Loke is attacked by an Akula. Payakan, a tulkun, an intelligent and pacifistic cetacean species that the Meet Kaina consider their spiritual family, saves and befriends Loke. Loke uses signing to communicate with Payakan and removes an old harpoon head from the beast's right fin. Upon his return to Meet Kaina, Chief Tanawari, who learned of Aonung's dishonesty of Loke, demands that the former apologize to Loke. Loke, on the other hand, takes responsibility and earns Aonung's friendship. Payakan is also told that he is an outcast among his species. Meanwhile, Kiri connects with an offshoot of the Tree of Souls to meet her mother, but suffers a violent seizure. She is healed by Ronal, but when Jake strives guidance from Norm Spellman and Max Patel, Quaritch follows them to the archipelago where the reef people live. Taking Spider along, he commandeers a whaling vessel that is hunting tulkuns in order to harvest their brain enzymes for use in anti-aging remedies. Quaritch begins brutally questioning indigenous tribes about Jake's exact location. If that fails, he orders the whaling crew to slaughter the tulkuns in order to draw Jake out. Locke mentally connects with Payakan and discovers that the Tilkun was cast out because he defied his species rules and attacked the whalers who killed his mother. When the Meat Kaina learn of the Tilkun massacres, Locke rushes to warn Payakan, followed by his siblings, Tsire and Ayano. They discover Payakan being pursued by whalers, and Quaritch captures Locke, Kiri, and Tug. Jake, Neytiri, and the Meat Kaina set out to confront the humans because their children were in danger. When Quaritch forces Jake to surrender, Payakan attacks the whalers, sparking a fight that kills most of the crew and severely damages the vessel, causing it to sink. Neteyam saves Locke and Spider but is killed in the process. Jake is up against Quaritch, who is holding Kiri hostage. When Neytiri does the same thing to Spider, Quaritch initially denies his son, but relents after Neytiri cuts Spider across the chest. Jake, Quaritch, Neytiri, and Tug are becoming stranded inside the sinking ship. Jake strangles Quaritch to killing and is rescued by Locke and Payakan, because when Kiri summons sea creatures to assist her in saving Neytiri and Tug, Spider finds and will save Quaritch, but gives up him due to his cruelty toward the Na'vi and emphasizing killing Jake's family over being his father and becoming a good man, triggering him to return to Jake's family. Jake and his family decide to stay with the Meat Kaina permanently after Neteyam's funeral,